Hi guys, and welcome to episode 15 of Game Chat. I'm Chris, and with me today we have Kate.
Hey.
And we're just going to get straight into it with some news.
Breaking news, super duper breaking news. I literally just beeped on my phone as we were about to start this. Overwatch has dropped a new little intro for the next hero, Sigma.
Is it Hero 31 now? Is that what we're on?
I don't know.
Number wise?
I only play as like 3 people, so I'm quite happy with who I'm good at. So, Sigma, really tall looking dude, big suit. If I had to guess, I would say he's probably a tank, because he looks quite big.
Yeah, he does look a bit big. I'm just looking at him now.
Scientist who was working with gravity and his experiments sent him mad or something.
Yeah, it's ain't cray.
So, you know,
fans are speculating he'll be a tank.
Yeah, he looks like a tank.
But Blizzard said they're going to keep us posted. Do we need another tank? I don't think we do.
Like
personally,
I know who I'm good at, and that's who I will be sticking with. You okay there?
Yeah, I just dropped my Cuphead coaster on me. That's all.
So yeah, that was the super breaking news.
Yeah, that literally just dropped about 5 minutes before we're going to do...
Not that it'll be breaking news by the time this podcast gets put out. You'll probably have already played as him for 4 hours by the time this podcast comes out, but still, right now...
Hopefully not.
To us right now...
skills will
it's super breaking news.
Also, relatively breaking news lately is that Plants vs. Zombies leak suggests Garden Warfare 3 could be in development.
I'm so hyped. I love Plants vs. Zombies so much.
Now, basically, players have reportedly been invited to play an alpha test of a new Plants vs. Zombies shooter developed by the Garden Warfare team.
Battle Royale.
And they intend to run that's the rumour, apparently. They intend to run an alpha playtest of the game in August. The invite says, made by the team that created Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, the Picnic closed alpha.
Ooh.
Picnic. What if it's not Plants vs. Zombies? I feel like it will be.
If I can't pair to Sunflower, I'm not interested.
It's going to involve food now. It's Plants vs. Zombies versus food.
If they bring it back and they're not all the plants are returning, and they replace my Sunflower, I'm legit not going to buy it out of spite.
No, they will. But yeah, the Picnic Closed Alpha will give players a first glimpse into the new game. You don't want to miss out.
No, I don't.
The invites are marked as confidential, but were quickly uploaded to Reddit. So
you naughty people.
Not so much confidential, are they? But
thanks for sharing, so that now we all know it's coming.
Yeah,
I'm very hyped.
It's coming now. I am hyped for this because the other day I saw an article saying, "Oh, new Plants vs Zombies game, yeah!" And it ended up being a mobile game. And I messaged Kate and I said,
I really like that, and I was dying inside.
But this has come up a few days later now, so hopefully
you need to stop using that coaster because you're just hurting yourself.
But yeah, I'm hoping more Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare.
Some other cheeky leakers have leaked the Marvel's Avengers gameplay.
Yes.
Which actually
all about the cheeky leakers these days.
It actually looks a lot better than I was giving it credit for, to be honest.
Yeah, so it was shot on a phone during San Diego Comic-Con, where they shown the gameplay to the attendees of the panel. You could sometimes half the screen's missing because he's obviously trying to dodge security, and it shows gameplay of Thor, which in my opinion looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because his hammer seems very much like Kratos' in God of War. And there's one bit where he hits a guy and he literally goes blasting up into space like Team Rocket. And it's hilarious.
It's yeet or be yeeted.
But there's a few where you throw the hammer and you can keep a guy on the wall with the hammer and then punch a load of dudes. And then he's got a superpower where he brings down the lightning and basically electrocutes everybody, and then kind of flings them up in the air and then slams them down. That looks epic. I don't know if that's a super or no, whether it's just part of the tutorial. I don't know.
Moved into the Iron Man gameplay,
yeah,
which kind of looked a bit basic, to be fair. It
To
didn't
me,
look very,
it looked like Anthem.
Well,
But like I enjoy Anthem's gameplay looks basic, but I enjoyed the gameplay of it
yeah.
in terms of like the flying and all that. So,
But like it just seemed like he was flying in a straight line, and the missiles was doing like the locking on and all that. It didn't look like
he
he
still
was
had a
doing
reticle
much.
and he was aiming at the people.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
I couldn't
yeah.
see. I couldn't really see.
Yeah,
but
it's like a shoddy quality, but I've
I
got,
was like,
I've got this thing on my phone where like even if it's half a screen, I can still zoom in on it and make it the whole screen.
Sounds Bob. Sounds fancy phone.
But he was aiming with reticles at the people,
Okay.
and he seemed like one shot in the mouth out of the air. But that that would,
Well,
because these Avengers are killing people, contrary to popular belief, where people say they don't kill people. These Avengers are killing people.
there's no way these
There's no way
guys
these people are
super
not
dead.
dying,
Yeah.
like getting melted by a laser beam.
Did it
Or an
go to
explosion.
Cap next, or was it Hulk?
No, it went. It might have gone to Cap. I can't remember. It goes to Cap at some point, and he's on the helicarrier.
And he's throwing his shield,
Throwing
he's
his
bouncing
shield.
around. It looks sick.
Punching a lot of people. His looks more like Arkham style of combat, but without like the dodge button.
Mm.
But he was throwing his shield around and bashing people with it, and
That's the best boy.
it did look pretty cool.
Hulk looks exactly like what you think Hulks would look like. It's just
Hulk gets people,
flinging people.
gets two people, smashes them together, gets one guy, throws him at the other dudes, spins him around, does the whole Loki thing.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about his gameplay is like the parkour element of it, where
That was pretty cool.
he's going across the bridge as he's falling down at this point, and he's jumping across different beams to like basically get to where, because like Thor and Iron Man can fly, they don't need that, but he's just jumping across vans and stuff.
They're like lorries or
Billboards and
vans on the bridge that's collapsing, and he kind of like bounces
Yeah.
across from each other to move forward.
Fun fact that these vans and billboards and stuff that he's jumping across have the word PIM on them.
Oh.
So,
Spicy.
Marvel fans will know what that means.
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
They cut off a little bit into Black Widow's gameplay because it was obviously about to get like thrown out.
Yeah, like literally, apparently the guy posted it on Reddit. He literally said security were about to come get him, so he had to hide his phone.
But she sees Taskmaster, and then like the Kill Bill sirens go off, and she just like dives straight on top of him, and he's just riding.
Yeah, if she
along,
missed, she was dead. She's not messing about.
Punching him straight up, punching him
punching him in the back of the head.
It was sick.
And while she was doing that, like the bridge was collapsing, and like Iron Man was catching like cars that were falling off and throwing them back up and stuff like that. It's so cool.
It looked wicked. It did look
really
really cool.
Very epic and cinematic, which is what I want from that. Interesting little fact as well, Taskmaster in this universe used to work for S.H.I.E.L.D. with Black Widow. That's what he says. So that's cool. I don't know whether he does in the
We're not going to get into spoilers.
Comics.
We're not going to go to spoilers.
But he's in the upcoming movie, so you never know whether they're going to go that route as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I reckon they will.
Yeah, we're not gonna. No, we're not gonna do this because this will just turn into my crackpot theories for all the next Phase 4 of mine.
But I think it looks a lot better than people made it sound like from E3.
I think,
however,
it is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious that when they dropped the trailer, everyone was like, "Your Avengers look weird." And they're like,
yes.
We couldn't use the MCU look, and it's like, no, it's not because they don't look like the MCU people. They look weird. There's something off about them. And they went off like, there's nothing wrong with our Avengers. We're proud of our designs. Our Avengers look fine. You guys are all mean. And then they dropped this new gameplay, and everyone's had a glow up. And Black Widow looks like she hasn't got such of a square jaw.
She looks less like the guy out of White Chicks.
I told you she looked like as soon as I saw it, I said that to you. She looks
a lot less like him and more like a woman.
Cap's had a glow up.
Yeah, Cap looks a bit less old, but maybe like I don't know. But then again,
I just think it was funny that they were like, "No, we're proud of what our Avengers look like." It's like, well, you're not.
I mean, Thor looked.
You changed them.
I don't think Thor looked that much different.
No,
but he didn't look that terrible anyway. Like, to be fair, like the hair maybe looks better on him as well as it does on Black Widow. I think they just changed the physics a bit. Maybe they made him better.
They just looked weird.
I think that trailer
off.
was an early build.
Probably, yeah.
Like, even people are saying that the E3 demo was an early build and this looks so much better. So, and that's been, what, a month? So I reckon that demo was made ages ago.
Probably.
And this demo has recently been made with the new footage. So hopefully, with what it looks like now, it could turn out to be a good game. I'm still confused about how the game runs because it's got multiplayer and it's got single player. And they still haven't really explained it properly.
They have said... I don't know how you... Every time you say this, I explain to you what they
said.
No,
I know what they've said. It just doesn't make much sense.
So, the story is purely single player.
Yeah, I get that.
So, if you want to level up your heroes, if you want to go on the grind, you then move to the multiplayer world.
Yeah, but the multiplayer revolves around that story.
Side missions, though. No, they're just side missions.
But they didn't. They've come out and said that it's not just side missions, that they revolve around that story and are involved within the story. So I'm like, they've made me more confused.
Yeah, but they'll just be like, you know, like sometimes in Division, you go to a side mission and it's like as if you're playing a fully actual good mission.
I really hope they're not. You know why? Because the multiplayer aspect of that game is the game. Like, once you're done with the campaign, which will be like 10 hours, that is the game, and they're not... I can't imagine they're going to, like, give all the other different characters stories. I reckon they're going to do the multiplayer stuff. So, that bit needs to be good.
I think every time you get, like, an update, like, every time you get, like, a new faction, I think you'll get a tiny bit of story, but most of it will all be in
That's why I'm worried, because I don't want it to be multiplayer necessarily. I would rather have a fully single-player Avengers game. Because, like, if it's half as good as the Spider-Man game, as half as, like, cinematic as that is, like, and how that game went, then I'm down.
Yeah, but Spider-Man...
And that's why I'm hyped about the story, because it looks very much like that.
Spider-Man's like a solo hero Avengers, like...
No, I get that.
It makes sense for you to have a team.
It does, but I'm glad there's a cinematic, like, narrative going on as well, like Spider-Man had. Whereas it's not. I'm glad it's not all multiplayer, because I feel like sometimes multiplayer, especially being like party chat stuff, takes you out of the story, and you're not really listening to the story. We find that with Division, we don't know what's going on half the time because we're not listening to the story. I don't want that. I don't necessarily want that with the Avengers game because I care about the story. So hopefully the multiplayer missions. I don't know. Maybe I'll play them on my own first and then repeat them with other people.
They feel like that. The way they were describing it was like, you do have to play them to level your character up to get better in the story.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't feel like you'll be able to blitz the story without having to do a bit of grinding, the way they were saying. Because it encourages people to actually go into the other section of the game rather than just playing it for the single player, I suppose.
I guess. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Like, I'm more hyped than I was. But I'm not like, oh, this is definitely going to be
their E3 panel did not instill me with confidence. They dodged every question. They didn't want to commit to an answer. And I feel like at that time they didn't know what the game was. They wasn't sure.
I think they still do.
And it looks a lot better now. But
like the fact that like
Anthem looked really, really, really good.
Do you know what annoys me though? Like they show that demo at Comic-Con, and then they're like, "Oh, we're going to release it after Gamescom to the public," and it's like we've seen it.
Yeah. Like
it's leaked. Just give it us now. We all
everything leaks. Everything leaks.
It leaked from E3.
Nothing.
So it's leaked from Comic-Con, but it's just better quality.
Nothing stays hidden nowadays. I don't know why they try and keep it like discreet.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see all this footage in 4K. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yeah, not gonna lie, but I've seen that demo 3 times by the time that rolls around. I want to see more of that game, because if that's all we're going to see the game until May, I want to know what's going on with the multiplayer. I want to see other missions. I want to see how the user interface works going between multiplayer, single player kind of stuff. I want to see how it's a live service game, because that's what it is.
That's a dangerous word.
And that's the stuff they have to explain.
But that's the stuff that when they were being asked at E3, they didn't want to answer, did they?
Yeah, and that's what worries me.
Yeah.
That is what worries me, because they need to figure out their shit and explain to me what this game is. I'm excited for the single player, but I want more than just that, because that's apparently what it is. It's going to last me 10 years. I want to know how.
I just want my ex-boys in it. Give me the X-Men or give me that.
I feel they won't put him in the Avengers.
No.
Except like maybe Wolverine or something, because he's a prominent member of the Avengers. But I feel they're going to do an X-Men. Someone will do an X-Men game.
The better, because like Phase 4, I only care about Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki. Everything else, I'll watch it, but I'm not hyped for it. I'm slumbering.
She's sitting there in the MCU waiting for the X-Men.
I'm slumbering till they drop them X-Men on me. Like, this is my childhood. Don't mess it up. Moving on.
Really good gameplay game. Someone get on it.
Someone please.
But yeah, I think that's all the news. There's not much news at the moment. I think it's just that time of year. Like, we said that for the last 3 podcasts, haven't we? But until Gamescom comes around, the news is I mean, E3 was all the news, basically.
It was actually quite a good turnout for E3 this year, kind of.
They gave all the news.
The conferences weren't that great, but like they announced some like good stuff.
And now it's just like we're waiting until Gamescom or the Paris Games Week or the Japan one that Sony do. I can't remember what it's called.
You're looking at me for moral support, and I don't know, bro.
But yeah, it's a bit quiet on the news lately. But hopefully it picks up soon, because we need more gaming news.
We need something to get hyped about.
Literally. Because all the games coming out next year.
Literally.
But, talking about hype for games, what we're going to do, instead of talk about what we've been playing, we're going to talk about basically our game of the year so far, what we think are our games of the year so far, out of what we played, and what we're hyped for the rest of the year and could possibly get game of the year, and what we're hyped going further into the early next year.
I've been a busy bee this year. See, like, when Chris was like, do game of the year, I did like, I went like fully, and then I got here.
Crazy.
And you have like no notes, you don't know anything.
I need notes.
And I
know exactly what's on my list.
I'm just here like, how many games did I play this year? So, the games that I have played this year alone, I was quite busy bee the start of the year. So I started off with Resident Evil 2, straight into Kingdom Hearts, dabbled a tiny little bit in Crackdown 3, not really enough to give an opinion about it. I enjoyed the little bit that I played, but I didn't carry on because then...
Not enough to be game of the year.
Well, we moved into Anthem, which was probably my most hyped game going into this year. As much as I love Resident Evil, played Resident Evil 2 before. Would you say now
that it's your biggest disappointment of the year?
Yes. That was the one, like, Resident Evil 2, played that before. Like, Anthem was something new, something different, and I really had faith in it, and I was a fool in a man's shoes, as Nathan would say. Straight from Anthem into Dead or Alive 6, which I literally completed the story in the space of 2 hours and have never touched since. Division 2, which I am still playing now. Absolutely love it. Dabbled in Dauntless.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, it was okay. I enjoyed it better than Monster Hunter, but not enough to keep me playing it. That got uninstalled. Crash Team Racing. Only played it because you got it.
It's fun.
Not really a fan of it.
I like it.
Judgment, I'm really, really enjoying. I'm still playing. Hitting all that side stuff. Really, really enjoying that game. Didn't plan on buying it. Bought it on a whim. Really liked it. And then the last thing we've been playing is Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah.
Which I do not like at all. So
it's fun. Like, the story's fun. Like, it's one of those where, like, it's fun for the Switch. Like, I wouldn't... If I had this on my PS4 and I got the option of the games, I wouldn't play it necessarily. But I'm going to play it on the go on my Switch, I think, because...
I feel like it's very unpolished.
It is very unpolished.
Very lazy.
It's very archaic in terms of game system.
Just... It's boring gameplay. It is the same thing over and over and over again. The camera doesn't work. The interactions with the characters are lazy. They can't even tell what character you're playing as when you talk to them, so it ends up in stupid miscommunications Like, you'll be playing as Wolverine, and Cyclops is like, oh yeah, but don't tell Wolverine. It's like, is it hard?
Like,
is it that hard to just, see who someone's playing as?
Yeah, literally.
It's not a good game at all. Even down to the AI. The AI is stupid. They don't do anything. They constantly walk into traps. It's just a big
clusterfuck of.
It's an unpolished game. It's not finished.
Within like the fighting system and the gameplay system, like you can hardly see where you are half the time.
It's not a good game. Would benefit from a lock-on system.
I feel like it's very. It feels like what would be now, like say, like like a remaster. It feels like a remake. I was going to say remake, but no, because like Crash Team Racing's a remake, and it's the same game but better.
Yeah.
But like this just feels like what would be a remaster, but just a different story.
And how good the original two were back in the day, and how the Marvel hype is riding. You would have thought they would have put some effort into this game.
Yeah.
But they haven't.
The story is very good. The things I do like about it, the story, very good. The amount of characters, which is obviously a staple of the Ultimate Alliance games, but I do like that. And especially when they're including like favourites of mine, like the Defenders, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and all that as well, which you don't really see in many games. I prefer play. I mean, this is no offense to you because we did try it co-op. I prefer playing it single player.
It doesn't work co-op
because co-op has this major camera issue where if you go one way, I'll go the other, and we're slightly off screen or whatever, like the camera just like jitters.
It can't decide what it wants to do.
It hurts your eyes. Like, it really bothers you and gives you headaches.
For a game that you would assume is made to be played co-op, it's really not. It's not.
For a game that promises good co-op and is aimed for, like you said, aimed at co-op, it falls short and is way better playing it single player. Because, like, you can switch between all the heroes as and when you need them. So you can kind of, like, build your team to be, like, have one that's like a powerhouse like the Hulk, and have another one that's agile like Spider-Man, like have all of them with different types of powers. So it's like one was range, one was close range. So like you can kind of deal with all threats as different characters. And each, like when you pick a team as well, you can have like you get a bonus if you have like all original Avengers or all the Defenders, even though not all playable. Not playing with girl Jess Jones, which disappoints me very much. Because why not? You can kick ass. Why not let her make her playable?
I didn't make the game, bro. I don't know what you're looking at me for.
But
I expected better.
Yeah. But
I'm not mad. I'm
gonna continue playing it because I'm enjoying the story. And the voice acting is very good. You can tell a lot of the characters, like Star-Lord, all the Guardians basically, a few of the Avengers and stuff, they're all partly based off the MCU characters, but like they're based off them, but like not so much that it's like obvious, like to
I don't know.
Not so much that it's like it's Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
not so much visually, but the way they speak and the jokes and their personalities are very much of the MCU.
I mean, they even made jokes like about the MCU and stuff. Like there was whether you count Netflix series as the MCU these days, but there was a Daredevil joke within it about he's saying he's doing his best fighting in corridors, and obviously that's like an Easter egg for the really like the really iconic scene in Daredevil season 1 where he fights in the corridor, and it was like nominated for something, wasn't it?
I wouldn't class it as the MCU and Netflix as the MCU.
Not anymore.
Considering Cottonmouth just being cast as Blade, I feel like they're yeeting the Netflix series off.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So,
but I don't know. It has its pluses and it has its minuses, but the bad points outweigh the good points with this game. I think
out of all the games,
it makes the other Avengers game look so much better.
Out of all the games I've played so far, I have to say, like, look at the start of the year, Resident Evil 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, I haven't written Devil May Cry 5 on this list. I don't know why,
You
because
should have.
I was living for that game. But them three, now, like, if you would ask me, them three series are, like, one of my, like, most favourite, like, they're my most favourite series of games. Like, I played all the...
Yeah.
Resid's played all the...
This was
Devil
the
May
year
Cry.
of hype for you at the start of the year.
And Resident Evil 2, very, very good. No issues, very, very good. Kingdom Hearts 3, all the Disney section of the game was not needed. It was a waste of time. The game only kicked in when you got to, like, the second half of the game. Quite disappointed by that. The ending still made me cry. I'm still going to have to continue suffering because they said it was the end, but it's not. Devil May Cry 5, I gave it more credit than it was due. Like, when you saw the trailer, if you know anything about Devil May Cry, you look at certain people and things and you go, oh, I know exactly who that person's going to be, what this is going to be. But I thought, no, give them some credit. They might, change it up a bit. No, they wrote a fan fiction. Disappointed by that.
See, a lot of people love that game.
The gameplay, Nero's gameplay, really, really good. V's gameplay is my favourite. Dante's gameplay hasn't changed. Disappointed by the story. Yeah, I wanted it to be a bit different.
Fair.
So, out of the big three that I was, like, my most hyped, like, I mean, Resi was really, really good, but at the end of the day, it's a game that we've all, well, not all of us, but I've played it before. So I would say out of all the games I've played this year,
don't forget Division 2.
That Division 2 would probably be my game of the year so far. Yeah.
See, I think there's only one contender for game of the year this year so far, and it's my personal game of the year, and I think it will win game of the year based on what we've had so far, and that's Resident Evil 2.
Really?
I really enjoyed that game, and as someone who has never played the original, like, I absolutely loved it.
Scrub here, lads. Scrub alert.
Whether that changed my point of view on it, I don't know, but, like, I absolutely loved it, and I just think it's the most fun game I've played this year.
So walk us through your games that you've played this year.
Pretty much the same as yours.
Because he was like, I don't need a list. I know what games I played. Tell us.
So I played Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
See, I played a lot of old games, but out of what comes out this year, really not that much. You played more than me this year.
I've been putting a shift in this year, to be fair.
Some Alliance, Crash Team Racing. I was going to get Days Gone, but then that apparently was crap. Or like just, even though it's apparently all right now, but it's too long apparently, so I'm not even going to delve
Can't
into
commit.
that. Really, like, it's been an okay year, but like it was top heavy, and then now like really not much is coming out at all. I mean, as for what should we move on to what we're looking forward to?
What about your
Oh,
Outer Worlds?
I completely forgot about one of my favourite games of the year.
That's what I was setting
you
you
know
up.
why I was forgetting?
setting you up for it, and you
Do you
were
know
just
why I was
ignoring
forgetting?
it.
I'm going through my games, like literally, because it's on Game Pass, I forget that it's new. So Outer Wilds, I absolutely love this game up to a point. So it's one of those games. It's for anyone who doesn't know what it is. It's a space exploration game. You've got a whole galaxy to explore, and you start knowing nothing. You're an alien, and you're going out there to explore, and you don't know nothing. Not even how to fly a ship. You do learn that really quickly, even though the controls are a bit iffy, but you get used to them. And you go into these, I think it's 6 planets. You can go in any order. There's nothing on the HUD telling you where to go or what to do.
Is it like Doki Doki Universe, but not collecting stickers?
I never played it.
Okay.
So it doesn't tell you what to do or where to go. No like waypoints or anything like that. You just, you can set one because you want to go to a planet, and you can just put one of my favourite features is put the ship on autopilot, because I can't be asked to fly it myself. The only issue is that sometimes that does fly you into the sun. That's an issue. Don't do it when the planet's behind the sun, guys.
This game's so good.
But basically the idea of the game is there was a species. It's hard to tell this without spoiling anything.
Is it Prometheus?
I don't know. No, it's good.
Sigma!
There's a species around before you, and you're basically trying to find out what they were doing in the universe before you, where they're all gone now.
Prometheus.
Let me finish. And all that. And then they don't tell you this at the start of the game, but every 22 minutes,
Real time.
in real time, the sun explodes and destroys the galaxy. And I'll tell you what, the first time you see that happening, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the sun's going white, it's going supernova, and all you can see is just whiteness come towards you, and you're just like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? And then
What the fuck, Richard?
I died, and then I was like, is that it? Like, am I dead?
Game over.
But to be fair, I died a few times before that. And before the sun even got to me.
Of your own
And
stupidity.
that was my own stupidity dying. But basically what this game does is, you die, but any information you found beforehand is stored in your ship's memory. So you come back to life, but you basically remember it all. But no one else does. No one else remembers it. Everyone else resets, basically. So you go onto your ship, you read all the information you found, all the clues you found. And then it kind of like... shows basically this, as you go through the game exploring more stuff, shows this basically web that's all connected, showing, oh, there's more here, there's a reason, this is connected to this for this reason, for a reason, or like, and all that, and it's always massive. Imagine Charlie Day is like
the meme,
the web thing where he's like, you know, going all crazy, and yeah, it's a crazy game, and you're basically trying to find out why the universe ends every 22 minutes.
Do you know?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Well, I do, and I don't. I think I know.
No spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil anything. But there's some... See, I'd say I'd spoil some stuff from the first 20 minutes that I did, but I can't, because if you didn't go to that planet in the first 20 minutes, you could be experiencing something different. But there's physics in this world where, like... there's just weird stuff on the planets. Like all the planets are very different in physics, in what's going on, in what's happened there previously, and they're all very different ecosystems and everything. And you have to kind of like work stuff out and find all the stuff using those physics within the game. It's one of those games where I just have to recommend you get past the first 22 minutes, and then it just. The longer you go in the game, the better it gets. Up to a point. Because I've now got to the point where I'm trying to do this one thing and I keep dying. And it's...
frustrating.
It's frustrating as hell because it takes too long, really long. Well, not even... It doesn't take more than 22 minutes to get there, obviously. But like, it takes long considering that's the amount of time you have to explore for that section until you die again and have to go there again.
Is there no way to like put like a respawn point down?
No, you respawn on your home planet as though you waked up from the start. You woke up from the start, and that's the kind of game it is, and that's not for everyone. I get that.
No, I couldn't. I have not got the temperament for that game.
What I would do is recommend to people try it and see whether it's for them. See whether they're interested. Like, for a game that you don't fight any aliens, really. You don't attack anyone.
There's no combat, basically.
There's no combat. It's all exploration, it's all learning, and it's all piecing the puzzle together. And a bunch of puzzles and stuff. If you
that sounds like my perfect game, but I can't be dealing with the 22 minutes.
Yeah, and there's a few things you can't be dealing with in this game. I'm not going to spoil it, but you know about them. Yeah.
Forget that noise.
It's one of the more interesting, different games I've ever played, which is why I think it's one of my games of the year. But I don't think it quite beats Resident Evil 2 yet.
Ooh.
Now, when I finish the game and if I'm amazed, maybe it does.
Another game.
But I'm taking a break from it at the moment because
another
it is on Game Pass.
We were playing was Strange Brigade. We talked about that last podcast, and I do enjoy that.
That wasn't out this year, though.
Was it not out this year?
No, that's been out last year.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a good game, but I don't think it comes anywhere near qualifying for Game of the Year.
I think a lot of the Game Pass games are like that, where it's like
they're a good time, but they're not.
It's a good time, but it's not like
AAA.
Yeah, it feels like AA, if anything.
AA.
but not quite indie. You know what I mean? It's not kind of in the middle.
The game that I wanted to play this year, and I haven't got around to playing it, but I've heard good things. I've heard good things from people who've played it, but apparently it's broken.
What's this?
Hang on, I've written the name down because I can't. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Oh yeah. It's broken on Switch.
Okay. Oh well, I'm not gonna play it on
It's
Switch.
fine on everything else.
I wouldn't play it on Switch because I'm not a monster. Spiritual successor to Castlevania. I love Castlevania, and it is one of those games like I do want to play it, but because my year was so stacked, I never found a place to slot it in. But it's slowing down. It's coming to the end of the year.
Might be worth picking up.
I have my games for the rest of the year that I would like to purchase.
Okay.
So this is
so these are possible contenders for a game.
I did the research.
I know what's coming. It's fine. I've got a list right here. I didn't have to write it down.
You suck. So where did we get to? Okay.
Not much left.
In August, Blair Witch comes out. Not going to be game of the year, but I'm excited for it. We're going to play it because it's going to be funny. And then 3rd of September, Catherine the full body version comes out. I played it like back in the day, Catherine. And it's not necessarily a game I feel like I need to replay.
I'm interested to play it because I've never played it.
They've added a new character in.
And I've heard it's a very good story.
It's interesting. It's a lot of puzzles. I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's enough to make me want to go back and play it. But it is sort of around there. If I get a good enough deal on it, maybe I would.
Mm-hmm.
That's September. Yeah, 3rd of September. 13th of September, Borderlands 3.
I can't get a hype for that game. I'm trying. I am trying. I reckon that could be game of the year, you know. Borderlands 2 did. So
I think that would potentially win. Not necessarily be my game of the year, but I think it will win.
Overall, that could potentially. Yeah. That's the high potential to win. People love Borderlands.
Link's Awakening on the 20th of September. I do really want to play that.
I actually look forward to that. Yeah.
It looks cute. I want to play it. Luigi's Mansion 3 and Persona 5 the Royal Edition come out on Halloween.
I love that. That's a great date. That's a great date for Luigi's Mansion.
Literally. Persona 5 Royal Edition.
Was that the spoiler trailer I accidentally showed you a little bit of?
Yeah. So
don't look at that trailer, guys, unless you played the game.
Yeah, don't watch the trailer. If you want to know the difference between Persona 5 Royal Edition, there are new characters, new areas of Tokyo that you can explore, new confidants, reworked dungeons with new enemies inside of them, graphics and UI updates, new music, and they've added a 3rd semester to school.
Oh, okay.
So that is a big change. Really, that's a lot more, and they said it's going to delve deeper into the personal lives of the Phantom Thieves. So at first when they announced it, I was like, I'm not paying for the same game again.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I'm 100% going to pay for the same game again. Then Death Stranding is apparently the
that's
8th
November,
of November.
Fucking hell. That could win. That could go one of either way. That can be amazing and win all the Game of the Year stuff, or it could be a flop. It's not going to be in the middle.
That's what I think. I think people are either going to say it's like iconic, or it's just the biggest waste of all of our time.
Yeah. Or it's going to be one of those where some people love it, some people hate it. Kind of like a Last Jedi style situation.
Yeah.
And
it's not a game that I personally feel the need to play, but I definitely need to be watching the story. I need to be I don't know if I want to watch the gameplay or I just want to watch the cutscenes.
I want to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Basically. So I have to play it.
And then the last game slated for this year that I am interested in, again, another one that I'm interested in, not necessarily going to play, but do want to watch the cutscenes of. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I thought you completely missed out of the list, you know.
No,
good. I'm glad you kept that in there because I am hyped for that game. And I reckon if that goes well, because of what it is in terms of it's a big franchise that people love, I reckon that could win Game of the Year if it's really good. Which it could be.
I might feel better about it once. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be EJ.
Yeah, people say once you've played it, you feel a lot better.
Yeah, but just watching what I've seen so far, I don't think it looks bad. It doesn't look like something I want to pay like 60 quid to play.
Yeah.
But maybe once I get my hands on it, maybe I will feel different. But as of right now, I just kind of want to watch the story.
Yeah, well, I'll be playing it, so you can watch me if you want.
No, because I don't want to watch the gameplay. I'd rather just watch cutscenes.
The gameplay is very Metroidvania, kind of Castlevania-like, apparently. Which is an interesting
that can't tempt me.
Concept in Star Wars.
You can't tempt me with those words.
A few games you missed out that I'm interested in is...
Well, see, because I did the research for me, not for you.
No, I know.
You gotta do your own research, bro.
But most of them are on there. In the end of July, July 26th, so that's like in a few days from when this podcast is going up, Wolfenstein Youngblood comes out, which I'm hoping we can play together. I need some co-op.
If I don't have to pay for it, then yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorted. As long as I can have snacks.
Always.
If you can provide the snacks.
I can provide snacks.
I mean, I'm down then, that's cool.
Because I'm hyped to play that game, because apparently it's the biggest Wolfenstein experience yet, and I'm like, it was meant to be DLC.
Ask a question. Do I have to have played the others?
No.
No, okay, that's right.
No. You don't really ever have to, really, with... I mean, maybe there's last one, but like...
You can just tell me.
It's a spin-off, so I can just tell you.
You can just tell me, because I'm not playing it.
Yeah. I'm hyped for that. Astral Chain on the Switch. People made Platinum, basically.
Oh, no, yeah, I know what it is.
That looks interesting.
Don't hate me, but I'm just not a fan of the Switch.
Ooh.
I just don't... like... If I had the choice between playing a game on my Switch or a game on any of my other consoles, I would choose any of my other consoles. So It's very hard for me to get hyped about a game on the Switch.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, Nintendo.
You're going to have to play Link's Awakening on the Switch.
I know. But
maybe that's the game that get you back in the Switch.
You know what game would get me fully back in the Switch? Bayonetta 3.
3, yes.
Come on. It's time. Time's a ticking.
Another game I'm really hyped for is Control. And I know you've seen the gameplay. And you don't think that much of it.
It looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
I've heard very, very good things. And I like the team that does it. They did Quantum Break and stuff like that. And I absolutely loved Quantum Break. Even though a lot of people hated it.
The first stuff they put out for it made it look like a horror game.
It is a horror game.
And then the second, when they put all the gameplay and stuff out, it just looked like a PlayStation 2 game.
I don't think that gameplay did it justice, because apparently there's other stuff they haven't shown. And
okay.
It's the story of the game that will sell it, I think.
Okay.
But I don't think it'll be winning any game of the year, because it's one of those very niche kind of games that's like not everybody's going to play. Other than that, we got Gears 5. I'll play that. I forgot to play the bloody tech test that they brought out last weekend, and I downloaded it and I just didn't have a chance to play it. But I will play Gears because it's free on Game Pass. And
exactly, yeah.
Why not? It's free, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm not really a Gears person. I played like 1, 2, and most of 3, but we'll see. I haven't finished 4 yet. I played 4 a little bit as well. Actually, it's one of those games I get bored of Gears games. I don't know why. I'm looking forward to that new co-op mode though.
The survival mode.
That looks cool. Where you have to run away from the gas while killing things to get out.
Is that your last game of the year so far?
Pokemon.
Oh.
Sword and Shield.
Oh, I don't think that will.
I don't think it will be Game of the Year. I'm looking forward to it because I think I wasn't looking forward to it originally because I didn't think it was going to do much different. But with these giant
Mega
Pokemon,
evolutions.
and then there's Mega Evolutions, and then there's Gigantozoid evolutions. So that all creamy Pokemon.
Oh, all creamy is
Yeah.
cute. Everyone stop hating on all creamy because it's cute.
That one, literally a Pokemon that's strawberries and cream. Do you know what his Giganto one is? He turns into a giant cake.
That's cute.
And the cake looks fucking delicious.
That's cute.
But it's cool. And I think they're doing a lot more different. But they're not doing too much straight away. I think they're going to save that for the next one. But that's interesting. The fact that
I like Eldegoss.
new stuff is cool. Yeah. That's funny.
I would die for Eldegoss. Public accent.
Also, another one that I'm surprised you didn't talk about. The Outer Worlds. Well, Outer Worlds, not Outer Wilds. Fallout
4 is a reskinned Skyrim. And then Fallout 76 is a reskinned Fallout 4. This does not fill me with confidence that this is going to be a good game.
This is really going to be good. I think it's made by the team that made the good Fallouts that everybody loved, New Vegas and all that. And this is their own game. It's not held back by the Fallout
Todd Howard. You can say it. You can say his name.
Franchise necessarily.
Just
like,
don't say it 3
to
times
fit
in a
into
row.
that. He'll appear behind me.
He'll appear behind you
in
and
his
give you another
nice-
copy of Skyrim.
in his nice brown jacket. Anyway, I'm really hyped. I'm hyped for this game, but I'm waiting to play it to really get a proper view on it. Because if it's as buggy as Fallout and as broken as Fallout and as broken as Skyrim, which I don't think it will be, because it's a different team, I'm hoping it's not. But apparently it's very funny as well. It's got a load of humour in it, and I do like funny games, so I'm hoping it's good.
I feel like out of the ones we've talked about for this year, Borderlands 3 has got a really high chance of winning, I think. I would like it to be Division 2, because I love that game. It's
Division
so
2 will
good.
win. Oh, I don't know though. I'm going to say Division 2 will win multiplayer game of the year, but I don't think it will now. Borderlands is on there.
Speaking of Division, I got some info on the DLC that's about to drop.
You mean the one that's just dropped?
Has it dropped today?
It's already dropped, like last week.
Bro!
I think.
Oh, well.
It's new-ish.
Well, anyway. I got some info on it. Whenever it comes out. I thought it was out the end of the month.
I might be wrong, but I thought it was out.
Whatever. Anyway. So, you're going after the president in the National Zoo.
What's he doing there?
Well, the leader of the Outcasts is there, so I'm
okay.
assuming that she's taking him.
Yeah, that makes sense. She's
No.
a white bitch.
No, this is where it gets
She's a bit
spicy.
scummy.
When you're going through the zoo, you're going to make your way through 11 biomes.
Okay.
And in each different one of these, they've got their own human enemies and their own animal enemies.
Oh, no.
That's pretty cool. That's a good...
That's cool, but I'm going to have to kill some giraffes.
I don't think giraffes will attack you.
Okay, the only thing that will really attack you in a zoo...
Leopards.
Yeah, but it's just
cheetahs,
a variation on
lions.
giant cats. Like, I want something that's attacking me like an elephant.
You should be able to tame them like Minecraft.
No.
Anyway. And also, with this first pack, they're adding expedition mode.
What does that mean?
It is...
Explore.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Chris, because I'm going to tell you. It's a co-op challenge in Trinity College. I'm assuming
It's an all Division 2 co-op challenge.
I'm assuming it's going to have, like, objectives that are going to be, like, kill this many enemies with this gun.
Oh, it's
Blah,
like a
blah, blah.
leaderboard thing.
It says it's co-op challenges, so that's my interpretation of it. I think that's a cool little addition, because it gives you a bit more, like, you're just knocking around.
Yeah. Well, we haven't finished doing all the stuff yet, but I imagine when we get to the point where we have...
I'm almost
That'll
finished.
be,
I'm
a
almost
good
finished,
thing
because
to
I'm not a
do.
scrub. So,
Well, level 30, it's just we haven't finished the story.
you're not. I am. Oh,
I
you're
am.
level 30 now?
I think I am now.
Damn. You caught me up quick.
Yeah, that's about you now.
But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. In terms of game of the year, I think between Borderlands, I think if I had to say like 5 that I would guess will be on there, Borderlands 2.
Division.
Maybe. I think Apex.
Maybe.
I forgot about Apex, but I think Apex.
Is there a COD Bro game come out this year?
Yeah, there is, but I don't think it's going to be on there.
Okay.
Maybe because it's controversial, but maybe not. I forgot to put that on the list. I'm looking forward to that, to be fair. Just because of the controversy.
You're the only person that buys Call of Duty for the story.
Yes, I am. And that's why I didn't buy the last one, because they took it fucking away.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey out this year, was it last year?
Last year.
Oh.
It's all DLC this year, and then the next one's out next year, apparently.
I don't know anyone who's played the DLC, or anyone who's got a good
Yeah.
word to say about it, because everyone seems to just be saying it's
I think
good,
everyone loves the new Atlantis one. It's just the one before it, the one liked.
I don't know.
We'll wait for Jake to play it, because he's the only one who's playing all of them. I gave it with Odyssey when I got to the 100-hour mark, and I was nowhere near the end of the story, and I was like, I ain't got time for this shit. I'll go back to it eventually, maybe before the next one,
Oh my God.
but I ain't got time for this shit. But yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult one. Outer Wilds, I think, will definitely be on there.
You think?
Yeah, because they always get one like indie game on there, and I think it's done enough to that people love that game. So I think that will be on there at least. But it's a difficult one. Like this year, everything's been
Pretty high standard, apart from Anthem.
I say there's been a lot. I would say there's been a lot of high standard games. It hasn't. That's
To
the
me, there
problem.
has.
There's been a few that are really like. There's nothing like to the levels of like a few years ago when you had stuff like Horizon, Zelda, stuff like that. Like even Red Dead last year. Like not
Yeah, but
everyone
then-
liked Red Dead, but
But then you got to think you've got Borderlands, Death Stranding, Star Wars coming out at the end of the year. That
Yeah.
could be those games. You don't know that
No,
yet.
yeah, true. I do think Death Stranding will be the type of game that Red Dead was, where it does
Marmite
split
game.
between people. But I know it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one this year, and I dread next year. Next year's going to be even worse.
It's annoying. It's annoying though when like to say like Division is one of the only live service games that actually works. The gameplay is solid. It's such an enjoyable experience. It's a great game. I love it. I play it all the time. But then it's annoying when fad games like Apex would win over Division. I don't like stuff like that.
Cause,
Well, it is because it rode on the battle royale
yeah,
hype,
you know, it has died down.
and
now.
it's like it's a basic
You know what? Division
game.
probably on there.
Yeah,
Division
but that's what I'm
probably
saying.
on
I'm
there.
not saying like that's gonna win, but it's
Do you know what
annoying
it-
when
you know
them kind of games like pip games to the post that are like actually really good, well made, functioning games, but because whatever.
I love
is
how
in
Division
the,
2 gets props for being functioning.
it's live service and it works.
See, that's the problem. I bet in the multiplayer category, Anthem's there. I bet you.
That was awful.
And it's not going to win, and it shouldn't be nominated.
I wanted that game to be good, and the worst part is when everyone was hating on it when it dropped, we were really enjoying it. Like
Yeah.
we had no problems, we had
haven't
no
got to that point where we
glitches.
were running out of shit to do.
We were really enjoying it, and then once I finished the story, and the story was the most pathetic, weak excuse of a story.
Yeah, it went great.
The last mission seems like I expected it to be one of those things where they're going to turn around and be like, psych, this is where the game starts. And then when
Like
it actually,
Division.
yeah, and then like when it actually stopped, I was like, you're telling me I paid like 60 quid for this?
Yeah.
And it's a BioWare game, and that
No,
hurts
well,
the most.
You didn't.
That hurts
I
the
played
most.
60 quid for this.
I'm a freeloader
So you
Off
played
the,
my digital games.
off the digital Switch.
But,
But it's
Yeah.
not good. The story wasn't good,
no.
and
I can't even pretend it was.
you like they made all these promises, and then they didn't stick to any of them. Typical.
No,
EA.
and it seems like they've abandoned the game now.
Exactly.
So it's a real shame. I do worry for
The
BioWare because
gameplay
of
is
this.
very, very good. It works.
It was good. It was fun.
Hmm?
But other than that, it's very shallow as a game. Like
Just Destiny?
no, Destiny's way better.
No, like the gameplay is
It's
just
Destiny. It's vanilla Destiny.
Nah.
And whether Anthem gets to the point where it's going to be Taken King Destiny, where it got good,
No.
who knows?
No, it's
but
not.
I don't think it will because
EA
EA
won't put the money
EA
into
have
it.
come out saying we're behind it, fully behind this game for 10 years. I'm like,
But you're not though, because where's all the new
but I
DLC?
bet you're not. No, the Cataclysm's out today. Cataclysm events are starting today.
Yeah, but everyone said it was rubbish.
This is also true. It's underwhelming. It's not
Like,
rubbish.
where's
It's just
the
not
next-
what we were promised.
Where's the next story expansion we were promised?
That'll be.
And they were like, oh, we're
insane.
going to hold that back to fix the game, but you haven't fixed the game.
That now. To be fair, I went into it the other day, and a lot of the stuff, like the nitpicky stuff we had, like how you couldn't get into your forge unless you walked all the way across the whatever the place is called, the fort. I don't know what it's called.
Fort Tarsis.
That's that thing to get to your thing to press the button to get into your forge, and then you
Javelin.
had to wait for about 2 minutes while it loaded. Yeah, straight into it now, and stuff like that. You can go straight into it from being in the game as well, like the actual game world. Like stuff like that, like all the little nitpicky stuff they're kind of fixed. Everyone still complains about the loot drop, but they're not going to change it because they need people to play the game.
Oh,
If you
installed
win
it, so
and get everything in the loot, they're not going to change the game. People aren't going to play the game, sorry. So, but then again, people are walking
No,
off
no one's
because the
gonna play
loot's
the
not
game anyway.
changing, so it's a vicious cycle. And BioWare need to learn and do something, hopefully.
that's the biggest disappointment.
Ask the bloody people that make the Star Wars MMO that EA make. I can't remember that. Because at the end of the day, it's an
Old Republic.
MMO. They're relatively successful.
Hmm.
I mean, Jake plays the game and stuff, and like I enjoyed what I played, but MMOs are never for me.
No.
But if you're gonna get the help from anyone, get it from them. Fallout 76 did it, and it's getting better. They got the help from Elder Scrolls Online, and that game's genuinely getting better.
I was a bit disappointed by the first half of Kingdom Hearts, but then when the game actually kicked in, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the ending, and I liked little bits. It made me cry. It was emotional. It was a good time. Anthem really disappointed me because I really wanted it to be good. It had so much promise.
I was so hyped. It was my most anticipated game of the year. It's my biggest disappointment of the year so far.
So let's line up our potential disappointments for next year.
Or potential non-disappointment. I can't think of the word now. Non-disappointments.
Games I'm hyped for next year. These are the only ones I could think of that are confirmed for next year. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I'm actually hyped for that as well.
Like,
makes a change.
Hook me up, bro. I need it. I'm gonna pay for it.
It does look good. Although it is 25% of the actual game, apparently.
That's fine. I'll pay for it all.
Yeah, you have to pay for the next 25%.
I'll pay for it all. It looks
and
sick.
The next 25%.
It looks sick.
Over 8 to 10 years.
I'm going to pay for it because I want them to make 8. So I'll pay for it.
Fairs.
So they'll make 8. That's my end game. That's my goal.
I love that they don't make 8.
The better remake 8.
Yeah, 8 when you're like 60-year-old woman.
That's fine. I'll be playing it. It's fine. Animal Crossing New Horizon. I kind of don't want it.
Totally forgot about that.
I kind of don't want it because I don't want to fall down that hole of playing it all the time. But I probably will crumble and buy it.
Jake's going to get it, and then she'll get it, and then that's how that works.
It is.
He's an enabler.
Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, I'm super hyped.
That's one of that's my anthem of next year. That's the game that I truly believe is going to be amazing.
I don't think it will disappoint.
No, I don't think it will either. If they can do at least half of what they're saying they're going to do in the game's going to be amazing. Marvel's Avengers, we talked a little bit about that. We won't really go back into that. I feel like if any one of these games on my list is going to disappoint me, it's going to be that one.
Yep.
Vampire Masquerade, Bloodlines 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That looks pretty sick. That looks like the kind of game I would play.
Yes.
I don't think I'll necessarily buy it the day it comes out, but when it's on sale, I'll give it a cheeky little go. Minecraft Dungeons.
You know, I as Kate has recently found out, and Nathan, now I despise Minecraft. Like, I just don't like. I don't understand where the fun is in build. I hate building in games. I hate it in Fortnite. I don't like it.
Me and Nathan, we've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately, and it's good because I love Nathan. He's my bro. We have nice little chats. We build houses together. You know, it's fun. It's nice. It's a good time. I enjoy it. But he's a killjoy and he's not interested.
I don't want to play it. That's why the games I just don't like. Allow me not to like my own things.
We got a load of chickens, and every time we come out the door, we're like, look at all them chickens. So you're missing out on comedy gold like this, Chris. Anyway, moving on.
Minecraft Dungeons look good though.
It does look
because
really
it's
good.
a Dungeons game where you don't build, so I'm fine with that. I will play that.
You're not allowed to play it with us. You're not allowed to play it with us.
Well, I'll play it on my own.
You will be playing it on your own because I'll be playing it with Nathan on PlayStation 4. So.
Not when you get it for free on Game Pass.
The last one, the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. That's mine.
That is going to be a good one.
It would have helped if I said. So, Lego Saga is just slated for next year. Minecraft Dungeons is spring 2020. Vampire Masquerade is early 2020. Marvel's Avengers is supposed to be April 26th. We'll see if it stays that way. Cyberpunk's April 16th. I feel like if any game's going to get pushed back, it is that one.
Yep.
Animal Crossing's at March 20th.
Same with Marvel's Avengers, I think, as well.
And I've written FF and I was going to say Fast and Furious. Final Fantasy VII's out March 3rd. If that.
So I've got a few games to add to that.
If that reaches its deadline as well.
Gods and Monsters.
I'm hyped for that.
From Used but
is it next year?
Yeah, it's February 25th.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure. Oh, I'm super hyped for that. It looks so good.
Basically, looks like Breath of the Wild, but Ubisoft, and made by the people that make Odyssey, and it's about Greek mythology. Yes, I'm in.
I'm 100% in.
Looks super cool, super stylish. Weirdly, we've seen more of the next game I'm going to talk about than that, and Gods and Monsters out before, so take that with what you will, because I'm worried about that. Then you've got Watch Dogs Legion, which I'm hyped for because it's in London, it's set after Brexit, and it's close to home, and I love it because I think it's going to be hilarious. Like
It's either gonna be hilarious
it's social commentary
or
at its
depressing
best.
because it's gonna be our life that we're living.
Literally. I'm hyped about it that you can be anyone, that you can have an army of grannies, which I'm going to try and do. But like, I'm really hyped for it. I think it's going to be really funny, really, really fun. Do you care?
No.
No.
I'm here for moral support.
Do you not want an army of grannies, Kate?
No.
I do. I think everyone wants
I
one.
would have an army of grannies, but not in that game.
You know what? No. Hang on a second.
So this is why you should do your research.
Yes, it is.
And write everything down. Just saying.
Oh, Ori and the Will and the Wisps.
I'm not playing that.
Because I played the original recently and I absolutely loved it. And I'm just hyped for the next one. And it's out also in February.
Birthday present to you.
No, Gods and Monsters is not present. It's dad on my birthday. But yeah, I'm hyped. Finally coming out after being talked about for 5 years. Well, where's that fucking Cuphead DLC, guys?
I was going to say, I did look into that and it just said that it's delayed, so I was like, oh.
Which has also got a Netflix series coming though,
I'm
so that's
hyped.
hype.
I love Cuphead.
Woo.
It's going to be so good.
Apparently, the deal for that came about is they've offered to help them teach basically the game makers what they did. That you know why the first game took so long? Because they had to hand draw everything.
Yeah.
Netflix are helping them do it digitally, so they can in future games as well do it digitally, so it's quicker, so they can make it quicker, so it doesn't take them 6 to 7 years to make a game. Because they were doing it, but like the thing is, by the time Microsoft bought the game and pumped the money in, they were already halfway through the game doing it that way.
Yeah, so
they might as well finish it, and I think they're doing the DLC that way. I think they are. I'm not sure, but like apparently that's part of the Netflix deal. But like they're also producers on the show as well.
That's cool.
So the creative vision's there, and I think that's going to be cool.
Are they going to speak?
I assume so. I don't know, actually. I hope so. It'd be weird if they don't. I'm interested in how it's going to be, though. In terms of, like, is it going to be the game's story? Because I feel like that's lacking. Like, it's boss fights, but, like...
Do you know what? No, because they could like, plump the story out. And imagine how many people rage quit it because they can't do it.
Yeah, and they just want to watch the story.
Yeah.
But, like, is it just people fighting the bosses for, like, what, an hour? Like...
There could be a boss every episode.
Yeah, I suppose they could. Yeah, maybe.
That'd be cute.
I am hyped for it.
I'm very excited. I love Cuphead.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I think it will be.
The cheek of it when they've got Netflix Cuphead and it says on the bottom also starring Mugman. Like Mugman's my bro. Don't be disrespecting Mugman.
It's like when they put on the credits or something. And
yeah.
You know that person's going to die in the game.
Or they're the bad guy.
Film. Yeah, literally.
Why you got to do Mugman like that? Why would you do that to him?
Also, the Witcher trailer came out. It looks alright. It's very much more based on the books. So people are getting angry because they're like, oh, why don't they look the same as the games? And it's like, because it's based on books, that's why. And it's based on the first book, whereas correct me if I'm wrong, but the games are based on the latter parts of the books.
I have neither read the books or played the game, so I cannot contribute to this.
You're just there for Henry Cavill's ass.
I'm not really a fan of Henry Cavill.
But he does look
he's a handsome
jacked.
boy.
He looks jacked.
I can't really commit.
As the Witcher.
I can't say I'm going to be like thirst watching it just for him. I will watch it though.
Just for him. Someone else, Roach the horse.
No, it's not like one of those things where I'm like, Henry Cavill, I've got to watch it.
I saw a hilarious meme the other day, and it was like Witcher full of inaccuracies, and then it's just like him on his horse.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then it's the horse on the roof in the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, why isn't it on the roof? But I love it. That's great. The trailer looks fun. I'm going into it with an open mind because like I know some of the story of the books, but I've played the games, obviously, all of them, apart from one, like the majority of one. I played a bit of the one, but it's hard to play because it's really hard. And
it's old.
Hard style type of game. 2 I loved. 2 I actually think is better than 3. Just story wise.
Controversial.
But not gameplay wise, but story wise. 3 I also loved. But yeah, I'm glad it's based on the books in a way because
it's something different.
It's something different, and I don't get the exact same story given to me. and it gives them more wiggle room to make more seasons. It's already been renewed for 2 more.
3 seasons.
And
No,
it's
3.
2 more seasons after the first one.
Oh, when it said that it's been renewed for 3 more seasons, I thought you meant like 3 more seasons.
For basically 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So it's not even out, and it's already doing well apparently.
They must have liked what they saw.
So I'm hyped. I'm hyped to learn more about that world.
Considering all the leak photos, and then they all turned into memes, and everyone said it looked awful. The trailer actually does look really good.
Yeah, that first picture of Henry Cavill that came out with his wig on, and everyone was like, "It looks stupid." People are saying that was just a test screenshot of him. And now in the actual show, he looks
really good.
Really
he
good.
does look
it's
Geralt
still
like.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's not about the beard." He didn't have the beard in the first game, for one, and he doesn't have the beard in the books.
Can you not shave
He
him?
actually despises beards in the books.
Can you not shave him if you want him in the game?
You can in the game.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
What's everyone moaning about
but
that?
everyone's like, everyone loves bearded girl.
Fair.
Apparently,
That's
also he's going to
fair.
get his bath scene. What's his name? Tub girl. He's going to get his bath scene in the show.
I'd
Be happy about that, women probably. Well, men.
everybody be happy.
Everybody
about it.
be happy, to be fair, because that they sold a statue of that apparently.
Yeah, I saw that.
So-
I saw that on Instagram.
People love that statue and have that on their sides. Because why not?
If I played The Witcher, I'd probably would have that.
It's fair enough.
You can go with all my Leon statues.
And you'd have them all in the bath, just different bath statues.
Truce. Yeah, just forget Geralt. Just get me that statue of Truce.
Yeah, man.
I don't even play the games, but she's my favourite.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for today. Relatively short podcast, but like I said, not much going on. Really, that's why we did the Game of the Year thing, because we haven't been playing much because nothing's out at the moment. Really.
I'm playing Division. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm going Overwatch, Division, Judgment, round
In a
and round and
circle.
round and round.
She'll finish one eventually. Well, I say that.
No.
Judgment. You're going to finish it?
I haven't. I burnt myself out on it a little bit because I always do, trying to do all the side stuff. There's a few things I want to try on Xbox Game Pass, but I haven't quite got round to actually starting them yet. I want to try that More Time in Portia properly.
Yeah.
I had a quick go on it here the other day, but I wasn't feeling it. But I want to actually give it a good try to see if I can get into it. So I guess I'll just wait now for
Blair Witch is the next
Blair
one.
Witch.
And Wolfenstein. That's coming out at the end in a couple of days. So hype.
Excited.
Comes out payday, which is good because I need the money to buy it. But yeah, that's a podcast, guys, for today.
What do you guys think should win Game of the Year? What's
Yeah,
your Game of the Year?
let us know in the comments what's your Game of the Year personally. Whether you agree with our opinions on Game of the Year. And
I'm a simple girl. I like shooting stuff.
and tell us why Resident Evil 2 should be Game of the Year.
They ruined my husband's face. So they go
So that way, 0 out of 10.
7 out of 10 because you made Leon not hot. That's the first time I've never been attracted to Leon in my entire 26 years of life.
Wow.
He's my absolute gaming husband.
It's all
I got canvases of him. I got statues of him. I love him. And then they were like, "Look at his new face,
He
guys."
don't have a sexy trench coat
And I
hat
was
like
like,
Mr. X, does he?
I'm not feeling that, baby Leon. But it's a very good game. You only see him from behind anyway, so it's alright. You can just pretend that it's the Wii version of Cop Leon.
The Wii version.
The Wii version was very, very,
Not many
very
people saw that version.
I did. 'Cause I played. If a Resi game exists and can be played in the UK, I have played it.
So games that haven't been playable in the
Yeah,
UK? Is it really? Oh, wow.
yeah. But I
Japan?
Googled.
Games?
There's
I
a
assume
few. There's a few.
Anyway.
I'm quite shocked that you would pick that for Game of the Year.
And me.
Because you're not into Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil.
But like,
I'm
that's
trying
the
to get
thing.
him to play number 4 because number 4 is the best game ever made in the entirety of the
That's
world
the thing.
ever.
I'm not a big Resi fan. I like Resi 7 because it was in VR. I'm not a big Resi fan.
In
Like,
general.
I've played a few, but like, I'm not a big fan. But like, if they're gonna remake them all like this, and this well, yeah, I could call myself a Resi fan in the future.
It's probably one of the best examples of a remake.
Yeah, 100%.
ever.
Because it's basically a new game.
It improved upon the old game.
Yeah. And, like, the old game's old. Like, yeah, it's a very different game, but, like...
Don't say that, because then that makes me feel old.
I was also around then. But, like, it's very old, but, like, the way it's gone from what it was to this, and it feels...
like a brand new
like
game.
I imagine for you, it feels like the old game, but like a brand new game at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's best of both worlds.
And there's a lot of like little hints.
It's got the nostalgia there, but it's
Yeah.
also system-wise very new and very like fluid.
There's like a lot of nods
the systems
to-
work well.
There's nods to the old game, obviously, but there's nods to like the games, like especially with Leon. Like he'll say things, and if you're like a super fan girl, I'll be like, oh, this is a reference to
my
this
God.
game when he does this, blah blah blah, and it's really cool. I liked him, and like I know Ready 2 bred a lot of Leon Claire shippers, and I can't get behind that because it's all about
Nearly
Leon
bred
and
one
Ada.
in me. Nearly.
It's all about that Leon and Ada life, man.
Yes,
And that was, I liked the way they made her a bit more
prominent.
than she, like,
Yeah.
she was just a bit of a better character. Like, she had a little bit more going on for her. So, like, you know, she is what she is. She's a lawyer. But she was a bit more cool. She's a bit cooler in this one. Still a badass.
Damn sexy as well.
She is very beautiful. She's very beautiful. Still impractical clothing choices. All the time.
Better practical clothing than what she had originally. In terms of like the dress and the high heels that she had in the original first.
She still has like a dress on.
Yeah, but she's got the coat on, so she looks less.
She looks more like a spy
yeah,
now.
she looks less like.
She looks like the Google Incognito logo.
Yeah.
That's
Not
how
wrong.
you know.
It's not
That's how
wrong.
you know she's a spy.
But she looks more like she'd just be in the city than looks like she's going on a night out. You know what I mean? It doesn't look. Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. But everyone, thanks for watching, and you can find this podcast on all the audio podcasts across the world. If it's not on there, let us know, and we'll try and put it on there. And as one big YouTube video on our YouTube channel. Funny enough. So we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
If you like that video and want to see more like it, then click this playlist button here. If you happen to want to subscribe to us and check out all our content, then click this amazing sexy button right here. Look how enticing it is. You know you want to click it. And if you're already subscribed to us, well then you are already an awesome human being.